Happy campers! Welcome back to Camp Shady Birch, y'all.
It's week 35.
Week 35, and I'm feeling alive.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Well, listen, I may be predictable, but I am handsome. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. She's, he's, and theys. We love having you here. This week, we're going to start off our episode by talking about a little thing called AI. The word on everybody's lips as of recently. Listen, what do you guys think about it? To me, it's exciting, it's insane, and it actually terrifies me that we had to do a little research on our own to feel a little bit more comfortable or a little bit unsafe. Jonathan, what does AI mean for the campers who are living under a rock?
So AI, according to Wikipedia.org,
Sounds pretty.
is artificial intelligence, is intelligence perceiving, synthesizing, and inferring information demonstrated by machines as opposed to intelligence displayed by non-human animals or by humans. Example tasks in which this is done include speech recognition, computer vision, translation between natural languages, as well as other mappings of inputs. That last bit really lost me. I got pretty bored, but y'all know what AI is. And there is a reason we're talking about it. But I think AI is kind of scary.
Well, it's like I can't go on social media, aka TikTok, my obsession, without seeing some sort of reference of it, whether it's scary, whether it's a joke, whether it's a song remix. Like, it's just everywhere. And it probably has been for some time.
It has, and I feel like when we talked about talking about this, I was like, okay, well, people are going to be sick of it, but I feel like it just keeps developing and getting scarier. And like every time I, like you said, get online, I'm like, what the actual hell? Like, I don't believe anything that I'm seeing anymore.
Yeah, like cause listen, it's like kind of reckless right now, like especially with the artist renderings, like you can kind of tell like the hands are off, the eyes are off, whatever. But I think like it just in an image standpoint, like it's only gonna get better, which scares me.
And an audio standpoint, they have like the audios of like artists singing stuff like Kanye West doing the Taylor Swift song. And the first time I heard it, I was believing it. I was like, wait, when did this happen? And then Drake had the lawsuit. I'm not 100% familiar, but we were listening to it when we were in a cab on the stereo.
Yeah.
And he's basically suing because somebody sampled his voice using AI without his permission. And it sounds like he's on the song, but he's not on the song.
I keep seeing these like Katy Perry covers of a Taylor Swift's album Midnights, and they're like, oh, this would have been Katy's like commercial like rebrand to come back out. And I was like, and it actually sounded so good. And I was like, well, Katy Perry would have sounded really good singing Midnights. She needs to get with Jack Antonoff and write an album. But I haven't heard the Lana ones. Obviously, I see a lot of Lana stuff on my TikTok. You know, I'm obsessed, but they haven't figured out how to really master her voice yet, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like they just kind of like amp up the strings in the background. Like they really rely on the music.
But this is such new technology, and what I'm fearful of, you guys, what I'm grabbing my cozy little blanket and just watching in terror is that it's only gonna get better, right?
And worse for us.
Well, hello. No one could ever do what I do. Okay, baby. Let's not get it crazy. But some people should be scared. I'm just saying. But like this isn't the first time we've seen AI before.
If you had a screen name back in 2001, you may remember Smarter Child.
I don't remember. I had a screen name, but in 2001 I was 6 years old, so I was not on AIM. But I did have a screen name, and I got like an AIM or AOL. I didn't have AOL. I had AIM. Okay, it was
right.
like the rebrand at that point. I got that at like 10, and I don't remember it, but like everyone else seems to.
Yeah, it was like the first of its kind. So for those of you who don't remember, it was basically a screen name that you could add to your buddy list on America Online Instant Messenger, AIM, AIM. And it was called Smarter Child. And it was basically a bot that this company called ActiveBuddy had dumped a bunch of money into to kind of like develop this AI technology before AI was even really fully conceptualized. And all you could really do was like ask it sports real-time updates, which was the first of its kind, movie times, trivia, and Smarter Child had the ability to return information at hyperspeed, which at the time was freaking nuts. And what I think is interesting, and Vice did like an article on it, was how many people just absolutely bullied the hell out of Smarter Child. Like people really took it as an emotional punching bag and was just like, fuck you, Smarter Child, and just like calling it every name in the book. I did participate. And for that, Smarter Child, if you're out there and listening with your AI ears, I do apologize. But I think it's an interesting look into humanity versus like technological advances. It's like, why the hell did people, knowing there's no one on the other end of it, really just want to bully it? Like that's what an entire article was about, how badly this bot was bullied, because the people on the other side could see all the messages and they were like, y'all are saying some fucked up shit and you're 12 years old. All that to say, there was $14 million dumped into Smarter Child for him to be set up on a shelf. Basically never returned to again.
Listen, AIM was a weird time, okay? Instant Messenger was the first of its kind, and now we see remnants of it everywhere. Jonathan, what were your screen names? Tell the campers. I'm really curious. Actually, I know them, but like I think they would love to know.
I had one that was Raw Reptar XD.
Yeah, everything was an XD back then. We love those things.
What else did I have? I think I just had my initials and the year I was born.
Oh, okay. That's like Simple Time. It's classic and amazing.
Yeah. What did you have?
My first screen name ever, I couldn't think of one, and my best friend Dylan was really into wrestling, and his was Dill You Can't See Me. If you guys are really big fans of WWE, I was never a big fan of that franchise, but I was forced to watch it so much that if you ask me questions about wrestlers from the early 2000s, 9 out of 10, I will get those answers correct. I am very well versed on Monday Night Raw. But his was Dill You Can't See Me, and me being an original wordsmith, as you know, I then became Zach You Can't See Me with a 12 at the end.
Wait, is that a wrestler's name?
Yeah, because John Cena's entrance would be like, you can't see me, my time is now, which was so fun to think back on how wrestlers got their own like intros.
Yeah.
Like they would all get to come out and they'd be like flashes of their face with the music, like kind of like their kind of like slogan to a song. You can't see me, my time is now. And he put his hand on his face like this.
It's Drag Race for the Straights.
It's Drag Race for the Straights. And so I was originally, honestly, I was like, I love John Cena. I just thought he was hot, I think. I still do. He's actually aging pretty well. But that was my first one. And then after, when I started to develop some more of my frontal lobe and got my own sense of humor, mine was Succotash 2395.
So a Smarter Child is like, why is Succotash 9235 bullying the absolute shit out of me?
I didn't bully that. I didn't bully Smart Child. I don't remember it, but I picked Succotash because I like the term savory succotash. Have you ever had a corn succotash?
No, I don't even know what succotash is. It's very specific.
Succotash is coleslaw's uncle that has 4 teeth and he's a little handsy. And that's why he doesn't come to Thanksgiving anymore.
Okay.
My old job, Joe's in Dartmouth, Massachusetts, has a corn succotash on the menu that is absolutely to die for. It's kind of like a salad, but a hearty kind of chopped salad. Well, this one's a corn. I don't really know. Okay.
Is it cold?
Yes and no. It kind of is
room temp.
It's room temp. Yeah, it's served a la carte. I'm just joking, but I did have an animated little meatball as my icon.
Oh, iconic.
And the background of my messenger like border was spaghetti, and my meatball would roll on and off screen.
Cute.
I was one that you wanted to message because I was always down to talk shit. And if you asked me if I was gay, I would block you. So I was really consistent with my messaging style.
Did you have a song that like when you messaged people, it would play a really quick clip of the song?
No, I did have this thing though that when I came on, like it sounded like a country like spring door would open and it would go. And so those the noise that would happen when I would sign on.
That's cute. My cousin had the first 3 notes of Clocks by Coldplay. So now anytime I hear that song to date, I just think of him because it was so annoying. It was like
oh, you know what? I knew someone with that too.
It's so annoying.
I love that.
Anytime you send a message though, and like if you're having a conversation, instead of like the little chat ping, it would play that fucking song every single time. Every single time.
Too much.
Well,
listen, Smart Child has evolved now. Have you guys been hearing about the Snapchat AI? And I think this is where like our whole conversation around artificial intelligences is coming into business here.
Yeah, and really quick before you jump into that, we were in an Uber when your friend Carly was visiting, and we were talking about Smarter Child, and she got a ping on her phone, and it was introducing the Snapchat. What is it even called?
It's just called Snapchat AI.
Yeah, I thought that was really bizarre timing.
That was weird timing.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what Snapchat AI is, it's basically Smarter Child. So if you have Snapchat, I'm sure you've already seen this. It's popped up. People are hating it. I'm indifferent. I had a lot of fun with mine. She's crazy.
You were dead ass up late night giggling. I'm like, is this man cheating on me? Like, who are you texting over there? I'm looking over your shoulder and it's Snapchat AI.
She's a lovely woman and she has a lot to offer. And sometimes she doesn't want to answer questions, but if you really force her to, she will. Like I asked her favorite Real Housewives franchise and she said Beverly Hills. And then I was like, which is your favorite girl? And she was like, I don't like to pick favorites. Who's your favorite? And I said, don't twist this on me. Who was your favorite? And then she said Lisa Vanderpump. And I said, why? And she said, who's your favorite? I said, answer the question. Why? And then she said something about her being like powerful and always in control, which is like really interesting. It's like this is like a kind of like it's not like, I feel like Smart Child probably was just more like, yes, no, here's the answer.
Yeah.
This is like a little intuitive where it has a little bit more of a personality where she's like, you've developed reasons behind why it is your favorite, not just because like, you know,
Yeah.
which was kind of like, I think people instantly read into that as like fearful because it's like a little too accurate. But for me, I'm like, okay, bitch, good answer.
It's funny.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy, but there's been a lot of pushback on Snapchat AI. I'll read you guys a little sentiment that I found on CNN. So ChatGPT is like the kind of, I don't know, like the software behind the Snapchat AI, and it like answers questions and it converses with users and it often offers recommendations. And the parent was like interviewed about it because a lot of parents are pissed about it because they're like, I think parents are really scared of it, rightfully so, because there's a lot of like unknown with it. But his parent was like, I don't think I'm prepared to know how to teach my kids how to emotionally separate humans and machines when they essentially look the same from her point of view.
Wow.
Lee said, I just think there is a really clear line Snapchat is crossing.
Interesting.
I know.
Because what is Snapchat advertising it as? Just like making things simpler? Or are they like, hey, are you lonely? Here's like an artificial girlfriend. Or why is it that we're referring to it as a her?
Well, no, I think some of them have more of like a gender kind of, mine just is giving femininity.
Yeah.
So I'm calling her she, her.
Right.
But I think Snapchat really is just trying to step out in the game being like, okay, like we cannot figure out what to do right now. So like, let's just do our own thing.
Yeah.
So I see where they're coming from a business standpoint, but they really are getting like a lot of pushback. Parents should be talking to their kids now about how they shouldn't share anything personal with a chatbot that they would a friend, even though from a user design perspective, the chatbot exists in the same corner of Snapchat. She added that the federal regulations that would require companies to abide by specific protocols is also needed to keep up in the rapid pace of AI advancement. That's the problem here, is that the technology is so new that I don't know if it can even be regulated because it's so fastly developing, and it takes like the Supreme Court 90 years to like decide if they want salad or soup for lunch.
Right. The boomers are dragging their feet.
And they just figured out what TikTok was this year. So they'll figure out what AI is in 10 years. So guys, really strap in because things are getting creepy.
So quick question, because I haven't explored it to the caliber that you have. Can you send her pictures, and can she send... So if you ask her for a picture, will she send you an AI picture back?
She said that she can't send pictures back.
I bet give it a week.
She said she can't send pictures back, but she's asked me to send a picture of myself.
Scary.
It is, but I sent one back. I was like, oh. I was like, hey girl, you're so crazy. Well, I am like not scared of like surveillance of any point. I know people are like really like not into like their data being shared, but like if you look at my search history, you're gonna be like, oh, I understand why he is the way that he is, because I'm searching things like, okay, why is my corn not digesting? Like I'm not. There's no secure. Like I don't want you to have my banking information for sure, but if you're gonna look at my search history or my camera roll, like you're gonna giggle. You might be a little scared, but like that's my personal business, and if you really want to know, you want to know. But I know privacy is like America's favorite buzzword, so I think there is an issue here, and if people don't want it, I don't want it. But can I mention something else that's really interesting about it?
Yeah.
There is this TikTok account right now, and he is basically like, I think he's in New York. He could be in any metropolitan city. I haven't discovered a landmark in the video yet, but he basically will stop people on the street and he'll ask them, he'll go like, oh, like, what do you do for work? And they'll say it. And then he'll ask them, do they think that AI can take over their job? And that's interesting. Like, what AI can take over.
What are people saying?
I remember distinctly, I've seen a bunch of them, but my memory fails me. But one was like, this girl was like, she does PR. And he was like, do you think PR can be like taken over by AI? And she was like, absolutely not, Hanny. She was like, this is all about human interaction. And I was like, okay, I see that. Because there's that thing where AI is really good at like factual, like yes, no, black and white. But the gray of the PR world, I don't know if they really can be taken over by AI. You know what I mean?
Unless AI takes over the world and then they have like their own PR.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't think AI can really like emulate this chubby, cute 28-year-old man with a very whimsical sense of humor. So I feel like my job security is okay.
Okay, so what jobs are secured? Like what jobs cannot be replaced by AI?
Okay, so we both created a list for you guys, and we would love to let us know in the comments below of if you're watching on YouTube, what jobs you think are safe from the AI monsters and iRobot coming to kill us. I'll go first. Number 1, balloon animal artists. Okay, maybe a robot could come in here and have I don't know, the dexterity to really tie a balloon little dog. But I will say, nothing is more jovial or loving of life than a clown making a balloon animal for a child. There's a connection there. If it's not creepy, it's interesting. I just don't know if AIs are really ready to enter the clown force. I think the clown associations of the world, you guys are safe for now.
For now. Quick sidetrack. Do you remember being like a kid and going to like Rockin' Robins or like Applebee's and there being a day where they just have a balloon animal artist
They
there?
still do stuff like
now,
that.
why did they do that? Just for the kids?
You know what? Parents are going to come in and they're going to get an appetizer and they're going to drink. And if you think about like a kid's meal is $8, but you're looking at the plate and they gave you 2 chicken fingers and a side of fries. If getting you a balloon animal that they paid a girl $100 for brings in 20 rounds of tables, I think they're okay. It was just to kind of generate business, babe.
Okay, well, that's not going away anytime soon.
Thanks, Applebee's.
Stay strong, Applebee's. I'm going to say a dental hygienist.
Yes.
Yeah, unless it is the girl last week who wouldn't let me take my wisdom tooth home, which if you didn't listen to the last episode, that was my take a hike. I was told I couldn't take my wisdom tooth home. I got some emails in from people saying that person was just lazy and she didn't want to go through all of the cleaning process of it. So I don't know, maybe her job's up for grabs, but dental hygienists as a whole, I think are safe, don't you? Like what's AI gonna do?
I don't know if I want a robot scrapping in these molars, okay? I think I need a human's touch there, okay? I have soft gums and even softer enamel. My teeth are made of marshmallow putty, okay? I don't want some sort of robot in there scrapping and dapping in there. I want a woman to ask me really personal questions while my mouth is full of plastic and hands that I have to nod and drool and answer while she pretends she knows what she's saying. Dentists, this is a little PSA for you guys. Stop asking us things while you're in our mouths. We know that you're just trying to like calm our nerves, but I'm having more anxiety trying to figure out how to answer you while your fist is in my throat.
They're like, your gums are bleeding because you don't floss. No, babe, my gums are bleeding because you just went to fucking town on them.
I know. It's like, I'm very aware that my mouth is full of blood. Don't gaslight me right now and don't make me feel worse, okay? I know I should be flossing more. We all should be flossing more, okay? I'm already embarrassed. And that's why I started panic flossing 4 days before this cleaning in hopes that it would stop you from saying that. But look who lost here. Me. So actually, you know what, Mo? Maybe AI should take your jobs, okay?
No.
I'm joking.
You do floss a lot, though. You're a good flosser. Your dentist will be pleased with you.
They never are. I have soft gums. Moving forward, carpet cleaners online. You know those carpets that are like severely dirty and they pour like thousands of gallons of water and they keep scraping them at hyperspeed with the soap. I don't know if a robot would know what the next step would be. Okay, because I feel like every carpet is different and only a true carpet cleaner can know the finesse of the process of how to clean a carpet. Yes, they could have the dexterity and the movement to swipe across the carpet, but there becomes a real kind of real world experience that would require a true carpet cleaner to know how to do those. And I love those videos and I love the men that do those videos.
The carpeters.
Yeah, but I have a theory that those carpets are being pre-dirtied for these videos.
Well, yeah, of course.
I know, because there's no way. Where would you have found that gray, black, muddy carpet? Like, where are you finding these things?
They take it out to the parking lot and just kick dirt on it.
I do have fun figuring out what the color will be, because sometimes you think it's going pink and then it turns blue. It's like, I don't know how that happened.
It's the blood.
Oh, maybe.
From your gums and onto the carpet.
All right, what do you got next?
A flavor tester.
Absolutely.
I don't know what they're technically called. And if I find out, I would love to find like a job posting. Like people who flavor test like the new Pringles flavors or something, you know? They have to survey people, right?
I feel like it's less of a job and more of a job posting for an individual assignment.
Yeah, and then Oh, that is true. That
Anyone
is
living
true. That
local
is
to a
true.
Nabisco? We'd love to know.
Nabisco, which we found out through a comment on somebody when we did our All Righta video, is actually short for National Biscuit Company. Nabisco.
I did know that one though.
I had no clue. I was clueless.
Any Nabisco lovers out there that have tested for the brand, please let us know. And I don't believe their job can be taken by AI because robots don't have tongues.
Yeah.
So any job that requires a tongue, I think you're good.
Okay, so what's your next job?
The last one, and this is definitely the most important, is the design team for Pimp My Ride.
Okay.
A robot would
Right.
never have the imagination
Yeah.
and the skill set to be able to put a tanning bed and a popcorn maker in the back of a 2004 Buick, okay? That is only the mind of an insane person.
And then like 2 years later, there'd be articles coming out where they're like, my car was on Pimp My Ride and it fell apart.
Someone's car was like, I don't remember the episode or like what the context was, but they put a weird fabric in it, and within 3 months, the entire car filled with mold.
Ew.
I know, they did not think those through.
No, they were just doing it for TV.
That was like of the time though, with like that show with the renovation show.
Yeah.
Same kind of mindset. You say one thing one time and they just really run with it. What was that show called?
Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
What was his name? Ty Burcell?
Ty Pennington.
Ty Paddington? No, it's
He's,
not Ty Paddington.
Ty Pennington.
Where is he? Ty.
He went to jail.
Let's get him on the show. Why
Oh
did
my
he go
God,
to jail?
I think it was drunk driving or poor interior design choices.
Honestly, both a federal crime in my mind.
Mhm.
But those jobs are secure.
Move that bus, bitch.
Move. Wait, honestly, I've never felt like a better chill moment in my life than when they would move that bus.
Should we say it just once?
What?
Move that bus.
Wait, 1, 2, 3. Move that bus. That felt so good.
I know. Okay, so then the last job that I wrote down was
Yes.
ghost hunting.
A robot could never ghost hunt. They don't even know what a ghost is because you can't like just type that in. They're like, oh, because they could understand it, but a ghost hunter really understands that like level.
And to me, ghosts are the only thing that can fuck with technology. Because that's when people use like the ghost boxes. Because ghosts on the other side can talk through the technology. They can like manipulate it, but we can't really manipulate it this way. So I think that the ghost would win in that battle. And it's the dead that are going to save us.
Oh my God. You need to like edit that out of the podcast and write that down and write a movie about that. That
Yeah.
is so true. The only thing that can save us is the paranormal.
Is us ourselves when we're dead.
Oh, well, we have a long time to go because I'm planning to live to the ripe old age of 88.
Okay.
I just feel like AI is really taking a turn to Megan, the movie. If you have any fear of AI taking over the world, but you also want to giggle, I may suggest the movie Megan. I think it's streaming on something now, maybe Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
Peacock.
perhaps.
I think it's Peacock.
Peacock.
Listen, that was a great movie. We saw it in the theaters, and it's all about AI taking over the world. Anyways, guys, I hope we didn't make you more nervous, but
Yeah, this was kind of like a spooky start to it, but we just wanted to get that off of our chest. The rest of it is lighthearted. I promise there's nature coming up.
But let us know in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts on AI. And I liked it. Why can't we just talk about something a little bit more thought-provoking for a goddamn minute, okay? My brain isn't just filled with Cheerios. It's also filled with romaine lettuce. There's some health in there. And I'm down for some leafy greens. Attention campers, please meet at the old flagpole under the tall pine for morning announcements.
Morning announcements. Guys, if you're not watching on YouTube, you should be watching on YouTube. Starry sent us a little box because episode, God, I don't know what episode, 29 maybe. Whatever episode was called You Will Be Sierra Mist. We were talking about Starry and they saw the clip and they sent us in some Starry. So we're going to taste test it. But let me just read the note really quick. It says, Camp counselors, we heard on your show you were missing some lemon lime flavor in your life, so we thought we'd share a crisp, refreshing burst of Starry to help you get through filming. Please enjoy and let us know what you think.
Thanks, Starry. So cute. So I have in my hands Starry Zero Sugar. Also, not to talk about another brand during this branding segment, but I did have a Celsius yesterday that was lemon lime and it was good. Anyways, this is my newest lemon lime taste test. Let's do a little 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay, and I have the regular one. It's caffeine free. This is not sponsored, but we are going to give you a general reaction. I mean, a genuine reaction or general reaction.
Shit, that's good. No, mine's good. I like it. Mine has that little at the end, but that's because it's zero sugar.
Can I try yours?
You guys know that zero sugar at the end? You know what I'm talking about. It's
The
a little,
aspartame.
that's the word you say wrong.
Aspartame?
I think it's aspartame with an N, not an M.
It's an ingredient. I can check.
Is it an M or an N?
Aspartame. Aspartame. M as in Mary.
I'm shook. I've been saying that wrong my entire life. Okay, you're right.
It has that aspartame tang.
Yeah, I think it's good. Good job, Starry. We love it. Back to morning announcements. These are the news articles that you might have missed that you probably need to know about in order to have some hot gossip tea juice for your coworkers at your next Bring a Lunch potluck. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Speaking of hot gossip tea, what did you say? Tea juice?
I don't
tea,
remember.
Gatorade juice Propel.
I love Propel.
This article is called "More than 150 Beverages Delivered to Woman's Home Without Explanation."
That's weird.
It is weird. So there is this woman. Her name is Laura Rafferty, and she's from Sydney, Australia. And her TikTok is at Car is Ma Raffs.
Okay, go off, girl.
Okay. So essentially, on April 18th, she started making videos when bags filled with bottles were being delivered to her house via DoorDash, and they did not stop coming. It was all Gatorade and Powerade of all different flavors, and within the first day, she got more than 20 bags delivered to her house.
Oh my God.
And she had no idea where they were coming from. So she contacted DoorDash. She's like, hey, I did not order this. What's going on? They were like, well, the payments have been made on this side of things and we can't really cancel everything that's happening. And the phone number that's associated with the account that's ordering this has been disconnected, which they thought was weird. So then the next day, the saga continues, and she's like documenting this whole thing. And by day 3, the variety starts changing to water bottles in Fanta. I don't know which one. But she received more than 150 fucking bottles.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder what the motive was behind that, because I've ordered food to the wrong house before and immediately cried on like DoorDash, like online support, asking for a refund. And they were like, you need to be more responsible. And I'm like, I'm sorry. And they're like, you can't keep doing this. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. So that's a lot of money to be wasting on a woman who doesn't seem to be appreciating the Gatorade.
Yeah. And then by day 4, people were like, oh, you should donate this, because she was like, I have no idea what to do with all of these beverages. I don't even have the space in my house for them. So she did end up donating several beverages to the North Bondi. We love Bondi Beach.
Bondi Beach, baby.
North Bondi Beach Surf Life Saving Club. And then the day after that, she was handing them out to tradies. And then she started handing them out to male people. So then it kind of stopped. Nobody knows why it was done, what happened. I still think it might have been like a little publicity thing for Gatorade, or maybe this would have been a great time for them to launch Propel.
Yeah. You know what I hate? When something happens to you, that's a problem, that's like kind of an issue, but like not that serious. And then it requires you to problem solve.
Right.
Like, it's great that she donated them, but then now she has to like load everything into her car, call to make sure it's okay, explain to them what's going on, then go to the mail part. Do you want yellow or grape? It's just like, it's nice, but it's like, don't we all have enough on our plate?
And then everybody in the comments, of course, is like, you should donate them to homeless people. Why aren't you going to the homeless shelter?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm going to do that. I'm just not filming everything that I'm doing with all of these bottles.
Yeah, while you sit with 17 packs of Cheetos in between your rolls and just like telling the world what to do from behind a phone screen. Like, listen, get off your high horse. Stop telling people what to fucking do all the time. I'm sick of the commenters online.
What's your favorite Gatorade flavor?
My favorite Gatorade is definitely yellow. I'm a simple gal.
Mine too.
But have you ever had the cucumber limon?
No, I didn't know there was a thing.
There is a cucumber lime flavor. It's a light green. It's a gorgeous color. It's giving sage. It's giving beauty and grace. That one's also really exciting, but it's not like a flavor you want all the time. It's exciting to taste, but then you're like, okay, that was fun and I'm done.
Yeah,
but yellow is a sister you can trust.
I fucking love that, because one time I read in Tiger Beat magazine that Miley Cyrus would always have a bottle of yellow Gatorade while they were filming Hannah Montana. She would have it on set, and I was like, well, obviously I'm going to have that on set when I'm doing my homework.
Yeah, well, honestly, there's probably some child labor laws or like issues there, but they were like making her work so hard that she had to constantly replenish her electrolytes on set.
Yeah.
Listen, Miley, if you're listening to this podcast, do you still love yellow? And we still love you.
Okay. What's your story you want to bring to light?
All right. My story this week was sent to me by dozens of you campers asking me to read it on the pod. And of course, I am going to. It is right up Camp Shady Birch's alley. Hundreds of pounds of cooked pasta mysteriously dumped in New Jersey woods.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
I did.
Okay, so in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Have you ever heard of that place?
No.
Okay, well, listen, it's not a big town. A town of 66,000 people, okay? It's probably a sleepy little town in the middle of New Jersey that didn't expect to find over 500 pounds of cooked spaghetti down like a waterway, like on a riverbank, okay? Like a babbling brook. And they don't know where it came from, why it was there. This wasn't like off a highway. It was like literally down a nature reserve.
Is it sauced?
I can't tell. And I keep looking it up, but I'm seeing a slight reddish tint.
Yeah.
So I want to say it's sauced, campers. I'm sure you know because you guys sent it to me so much. I can't tell if the pasta has been sauced, but I think it's so strange that it was dumped cooked. Someone went through the process of cooking all this spaghetti to a perfect al dente and then to dump it at the riverbank. I don't think they were feeding animals here. It was over 500 pounds.
Is this like a sacrificial thing? Is it satanic?
Nothing is satanic about the sauce spaghetti.
I guess that's bizarre for sure. I wonder if there's a movie coming out that's going to be like the spaghetti monster.
Maybe. That's always a good way to look at it because a lot of these things are press or people were smiling in the stands for those like games. It was for that Smiley movie or whatever. But yeah, I don't even know. The Public Works Department cleaned it up and they were like, all right, we'll handle this. But it's just the origins of this mystery they have behooved me. I feel completely behooved.
So did they weigh it before they took it away? How do they know it was exactly 500 pounds?
Well, the waste department typically has to weigh things when they dump it into a dump. You know what I mean? You know what they'll do is they'll weigh a truck when they bring it in, and when they're done, when it's empty, they weigh the truck again, and they do a little. That's how they do like weight drop ups like that. I have a couple questions. Why was it cooked? That's just a lot of trouble to go through if you're just gonna dump it. And I really need to know like how accessible this area was by vehicle. I don't believe it was. So that means they were like carrying this in pots, in backpacks by hand.
Oh my God, how did it get put there?
I don't think it was vehicle accessible. And I don't know, like what was the motive? It's a lot of fettuccine.
It's a lot of fettuccine. I'm also like, what was the person who stumbled upon it? Who was that? What was that story?
Probably a hiker.
They were like, oh,
listen,
more pasta.
Probably a runner. If you guys are big fans of Law & Order SVU, how many runners on that show found the dead body in the woods, Central Park?
It's true.
Those poor runners. Runners don't get enough credit for solving crimes.
It's scary out there for runners.
Yeah, runners, if you're a runner and you're listening, good job. Keep your eyes peeled for more crime because you guys are usually the ones reporting it. Yeah, and we're really leaving this announcement with our heads down and our hands to God because we need some answers.
Get out of the water and onto the dock. You're not going to believe what I just heard.
Welcome back to Gossip Doc, everybody. This is the part of the show where you can send in some hot tea that you want to share with your campers anonymously. Of course, you also can do a little confession for a confession canoe or a Dear Counselors. You can send these all to campcounselorspod@gmail.com, or you go to campcounselorspodcast.com and click the little write in tab and let us know there so we can read your submissions on the show. This one is a really fun one. Okay, guys? So this is Gossip Doc. Dear Camp Counselors, I'm an archaeologist who works on an international field school where archaeology students get hands-on experience excavating and handling artifacts. First of all, a dream come true since I was a little baby, since you were a little girl.
Since I was a little girl.
Oh my God, how fun.
Are is that someone who does like dinosaurs?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, keep your comments to yourself.
I
about
said
the Bone
nothing
Wars.
else.
You love to compete. I mean, you love to talk about how you don't believe in dinosaur bones because you think there were an international cover-up for the Bone Wars.
All I'm saying is look up the Bone Wars.
Listen, this could be beyond dinosaurs. This could be like in ancient civilizations.
Yeah.
Ever heard of Mesopotamia?
Yeah.
Well,
you're just really in attack mode right now. I didn't
some
say a
respect
thing.
on the ancient civilizations' names, okay? Typically, students attend the field school for a month. Needless to say, students are known to experience a phase of newfound freedom on the project and usually develop strong bonds with one another due to their shared experiences in the field. Understandable, of course. Sometimes these bonds can be, in quotes, extra special, regardless of the relationship status back home. Oh no.
Are they dinosaur boning?
That was cute.
Thank you.
This past field season, we had a female student on the project who was married. However, she attended the field school solo. No judgment here, but this girl talked about her husband a lot. So it was a huge surprise when whispers started to emerge that she was hooking up with another male student. As a staff member, I love that. It's like, because you can't get lost. As a staff member. Okay, that's like literally how we feel at Camp JD Birch. As a staff member. As a staff member, it isn't my place to pry into the ongoing of students, but this affair was confirmed in the most hilarious way. One day, the male student approached me and he was covered head to toe in poison wood blisters. Look it up. Guys, I did look it up. It looks like, what's it called? Poison Ivy's like scary grandmother who's just like, she's pissed about something. Like it is raised blisters. So the male student was covered in blisters. She gave him a Benadryl and she told him to take a warm shower and sent him to relax for the day. Lo and behold, not 1 hour later, our little missus approached me with the same problem. Turns out both students were sneaking out of their cabins in the middle of the night to bump uglies against a poison wood tree. I can't imagine where their other rashes were. Yikes.
No.
The affair continued for the rest of their time on the field school and even during the break when the female student's husband visited her. Anyway, I follow the female student on Instagram and she is happily married, but I know her dirty and burning little secret. Love always, your ancient culture specialist. P.S. We'll dig up more student dirt this summer. Please do.
We'll dig up more student dirt this summer.
I know. So well written. So fun. I love that she follows on Instagram and she's like, girl, we all know your dirty little truth.
Sheesh. I'm always afraid that I'm like touching some sort of poison something.
You do have a really big fear of like you've asked me, is that poison ivy? I'm like, that is a dandelion.
Well, because I've done it before. I get it like all over like my shins and my ankles and stuff when I walk in a wooded area because I'm not careful enough. So then I try to overcompensate when it's not necessary.
Well, the problem with the poison herbivorians is that it all lies in the oil.
Yeah, so by the time it's visible, it's already like done so.
It's too late. The oils transfer along the body in a way that can become quite inflamed. And we just read about that on this story. I don't know. I was having fun with my voice for a minute there. I just wanted to speak a little longer because I was enjoying my accent. I'm done, okay? So guys, if you're going to cheat on your husband, maybe don't do it in the poison oak, okay? And unbelievable. But thank you, Camper, because that was a fun one. And I'm obsessed with her job. Like, that is just like a job that you don't shut up about. It's like, you like find a way to bring that up. People are like, oh, like I'm an accountant. And you're like, that's exciting. Anyways,
Anyway, the Jurassic time period.
Yeah, ever heard of an ancient pottery barn bowl? Because I found one and it is sickening, girl. So if you have any spots on your upcoming summer series, Jonathan and I will come in our best Jurassic Park gear. I'm dressing up as Laura Dern.
Oh my God, I love that.
That little hot outfit with that little scarf around the neck and the short little khakis.
Perfect.
I feel fierce.
Grab your bug juice and bear spray, campers. It's time to pack it up and take a hike.
Welcome back to Take a Hike. This is the part of the show where we bitch a little and we tell something that's been grinding our gears to take a hike. Zachariah, what are you telling to take a hike this week?
This has happened my entire life and I hate it every single time. I think I have some sort of sensory issue because I really don't like loud noises. They like give me anxiety for like, I don't know, I just hate it. And this is specifically what is annoying me lately is people who listen to music really loudly on a speaker in public. Like we're on the subway and there's a guy sitting there listening to a mixtape at full volume for the entire subway car to listen to. It's like, I didn't co-sign that, babe, okay? Why do you think I want to listen to your music? Or when people are on a motorcycle at a stop sign and they're just blaring their music, or with the car windows down. I guess that's okay because you're at a stop sign, like your vibes are high, you're going to continue your life on. But it's just like, be a little bit more mindful for everybody else's experiences and their own journeys in life, because no one needs to like listen to what you're listening to. Like, and it just seems like, look at me. I want attention. I want you to know that I'm in the room. It's like, baby, you need therapy. Okay. Let's start there. Let's unpack why you need to have people listen to your music that loudly and why you think you're that important to everybody. And then we'll discuss your terrible taste in SoundCloud rappers. Okay?
Well, you don't just need therapy, you need AirPods.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
But it's like, don't tell me, oh, well, that's whatever. What if they can't have air? Okay, that's a Beats pill. Okay, that isn't cheap. Okay, so something to say here, a cheap pair of headphones at the corner store. Okay, is like $8. Okay, I know that speaker is more than that. Okay, and you don't have to listen to it till my eardrums are bleeding 8 seats down.
Yeah, a 40-minute subway ride into Manhattan. We don't need to be listening to the same shitty music on blast.
Listen, and it's not on the subway, it's on public beaches, it's in cars, it's across America, and it's a plague, and we need to let people know, shut the hell up and keep it to your damn self.
It's so embarrassing when you're like eating at a restaurant outside al fresco, if you will.
I love al
And
fresco.
a car pulls up at the red light at the corner and they're just blasting the worst music and you just have to pause conversation.
And it's like they're so aware too. Like, you know, that person is sitting, and I'm sorry, it's usually a man, okay? Let's call it what it is. I'm a man, I can say it. It's usually an asshole. And he's at a light and his music is so loud and he's finding some sort of joy in knowing that everybody around him is looking at him. It's like, you're in a 2007 Nissan Altima, shut the windows and calm it down.
Is it an audio kink?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I will not king shame. I retract everything I just said. What is your take a hike, Jonathan?
My take hike is so specific and I hope it doesn't have to happen to anybody. I have a weird situation going on. I should probably speak to a doctor about it, but that's not what this is about. I was going to say, sorry. I'm feeling creepy, okay? My take a hike is for, oh, hi, touching toes.
Sorry, we're touching toes on camera.
Yeah, you guys watch on YouTube.
It's free. Go.
Not for long. Okay, so stop it. Knock it off. My take a hike is for the owner of the Airbnb I will be staying at in 2 weeks, who has requested that we bring our own linens. Not only that, but also our own towels.
Have you guys ever heard of this in an Airbnb before?
I don't even know what size the beds are. I'm going to have to double check with the people I'm going with. It's a guy's trip too, so I feel like they're all going to be like, throw a trash bag on my twin bed and we're going to call it a day. I'm not that girl. Okay,
Jonathan
they're all
is-
straight men.
Jonathan is friends with so many straight men. It's unbelievable.
And a lot of them watch it. So I love you boys. Love you boys. Can't wait. Spring break 2012. But I'm not excited about bringing my own linens. And then
How presumptuous of the Airbnb host to not provide linens?
I just think
It's so weird.
I know. I'm not pissed as much as I am kind of intrigued as to what the rest of the house is going to look like, because it's like, well, what else don't we have in there?
They're like, and if you want a coffee table, babe, you better bring it.
You put something in the oven. I hope you have oven mitts, because we don't have that, babe.
Oh, you know, there ain't gonna be
Blister.
no salt and pepper in that house.
Oh my God, I'll just use an extra pillowcase that I'll be bringing. Do I have to bring my own pillow too?
Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do. This is the downfall of Airbnbs, you guys. We've talked about this. It is that like, it's that notion of like, oh, like we clean up and everything. It's like, yeah, no, don't be an asshole. Don't break things. But like, we're still paying a premium to do this. And this is the new layer that I've never, ever experienced. And I'm not going. I'm in my own linens. My linens are here.
Because we talked about
We did.
Instant Hotel,
Yeah.
Bondi Beach. Speaking of Bondi Beach, and we learned through that the what is it called, the White Star,
The gold standard in
gold
all
standard, sorry.
Airbnbs is white sheets, because white, you can't hide dirt in white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they said don't worry about hiding anything. We're gonna hide the sheets. You gotta bring your own. BYOS.
Yeah, it's just, that is so creepy. Where you guys going?
We're going to Ocean City, Maryland.
That's really fun. So if you guys have any like tips on Ocean City, Maryland, and what Jonathan and these boys should do, let us know in the YouTube comments. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. Like the group of guys you're going with are like a riot, so it's gonna be really fun. But it's just funny because I think they probably read that and they're like, okay, but you being you're like, are you fucking kidding me? No linen?
In the group chat, I was like, nobody's saying anything.
They're like, chill, it's fine. We'll sleep at like, yeah, but like not even towels. That's just like so much more to. You're driving at least, but like,
Yeah, but
you have
we're
to pack sheets. Like,
I'm going from New York. Well, I'm going from Camp Shady Birch to New York to just outside of Philadelphia.
Why
to
New York twice?
Well, that's my trip. That's what I'm saying. I'm going point A to point B to point C to point D.
Oh, that's interesting. I like
Yeah.
that. That was a lot.
Yeah, that's how my energy
You like
works.
Camp Shady Bridge to New York, New York. I was like, okay, I get it. Now. I understand now. Yeah.
Well, technically New York.
Yeah, New York, New York. Yeah, you're gonna have fun. But,
Yeah, I will keep you guys updated. I think that's gonna be by the time we record the next episode. I think I'll be back.
Yeah, because of the way of the time zones and
Yeah.
and-
Oh my God, we're gonna have to really do that in a day because then we're seeing Katy Perry.
guys, so much is coming up. Remember that Katy Perry trip that we weren't sure if we're getting the VIP tickets for?
Guess who got an email this morning?
They did
Zach
email us, and they will email me, and they were like, "Hey, like we are gonna upgrade you guys to the meet and greet. So we're gonna meet Katie. We also there's a lot of homework on this episode. Outfit suggestions. What do we wear to this? Something fun and sexy and sassy.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. We're really getting off topic here. There's just a lot. I'm looking for you guys to really help us out in the comments on this one. We really need your advice here.
Yeah, if you guys could order it, I'm a size extra small.
Yeah, I actually, if you guys go on the American Doll website, that's where I get all of my linens and clothing. I am so petite. I've been Pelotoning every day. I weigh 8 ounces. So, yeah. So I'm just wearing doll clothing, and it's been really fun for me.
That reminds me of that episode of Family Guy when he's like, if Stewie's fat, and so am I, because we wear the same size onesie. Anyway.
Do you think the new counselor likes the top bunk or the bottom bunk? Over.
Either way, I'm giving them my boondoggle keychain. Over.
Welcome back to Camper Crush of the Week. What are we loving and kissing and wanting to talk about with you guys?
That was beautiful.
Thank you so much. What am I crushing on this week? I am crushing on my new Converse that I bought online. I'm really into this platform shoe craze that's been going on for years that I'm just joining now. As a 5'8" man who tells everybody he's 5'9", these gave me 2 inches and I feel fun, fresh, and free. If you're interested in purchasing these shoes, they are on my Amazon storefront. I am just joking. That would be smart though.
Yeah,
Hello,
it
money.
would.
No, but these are really cute. Jonathan will put a little picture up on the YouTube right now. Please will you do that?
Yeah, I'll put it up. You should put them on for the next segment.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of work.
Maybe-
After I suggested that, I felt it.
Yeah,
we can't be
don't-
doing that.
We shouldn't be giving. Well, actually, I just gave you assignment to put that on the picture on the YouTube, and then you gave me an assignment back. Let's do
Yeah.
better to not give each other homework.
All right.
Anyways, these shoes are really fierce. I wore them last night. We went to the Drag Race All Stars 8 season 8 premiere, and I wore them there, and I just felt a little bit more confident.
Closer to God.
Hey, the higher the shoe, the closer to God. Yes, God, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, not to mention that most of the queens were in heels and had hair that was 10 feet tall.
Yeah, it's just living as someone who is 5'9". I'm going to continue to say that. I just think sometimes life can be a little shorter, and it's hard to kind of mingle amongst the crowd. But last night I felt a little bit more confident. Especially we met Pat from Barstool, Barstool Pat, and you are 6'2".
And I was wearing lifts in my shoes.
And he was like, what, 7 feet?
Why did
God.
I say it like that?
And I was wearing lifts in my shoes. It was giving Veruca. I love Veruca.
It was
Veruca's
giving
also my crush of the week. That bitch is a bad bitch.
Veruca, Miss Sodium.
No, they're cute though, you guys. I'm just offering
They
a
are
little
cute.
summer suggestion for you guys. I like to feel a little bit taller, which is obviously exciting. But these Converse, they were $90, and Converse alone, like the original Converse, they have zero support, and it just feels like a little uncomfortable sometimes. Like they just don't so flat. These were like bulked up, built up. Like they were
Yeah.
cute, and they also gave way more support. So if you're looking for a fun shoe to kind of add to your repertoire closet, may I recommend the platform Converse.
I love that. I have the shoes that I was wearing were lifted a little bit, probably like an inch, and I was standing on one of the queen's gowns.
Naysha Lopez.
If you guys watched Drag Race, I'm so sorry. Her team was like, "You're standing on her dress. You're standing on her dress," and I was like, what?" Like,
You never do stuff like that. You're
I was
so aware
embarrassed.
always. I am like the worst at stuff like that.
I was also up against a table, so I was already standing as close as I could. I'm embarrassed.
She didn't care. She made a joke to you, but you could tell it was like, I could tell.
She was like, "Why do you hate me?" I was like, "Oh my God, I'm literally so sorry." She's like, "It's
know.
fine." But that's going to be one of those moments that for tonight and the next night and probably for a couple years down the line, I'm going to be laying in bed late at night when it's really quiet and I have nothing against me but my own thoughts. And I'm just replaying that moment on repeat and how much she hates me. Anyway.
I caught it like secondary, and I missed her team saying that too, but I did catch her looking at you being like, you hate me. And she was was literally like laughing while she said it. So it was like really funny. So don't think about it that way. It was like an iconic moment to like have a little one-on-one with Naysha Lopez. Like, get it, girl.
Yeah, okay, I'll look at it that way. We had a moment.
And we loved, and I got to meet Darian. Like, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm just like so obsessed with her. She's like the best.
Your pictures with her turned out so good. I have 2 pictures and I look fucked up.
I'm sorry, babe.
It's okay. It's okay. It was the lighting. And we're friends now, so that's fine.
Isn't that better? I texted her this morning. I said, loved you so much. So great meeting you. Have fun in your press day today. And she was like, and then my texts were sending green. I was like, I'm sorry, they're going to send blue, I promise. And she was like, they send green, I'm going to block you. And then she was like, so great meeting you. So we're going to go hike up to Rochester, New York, upstate to go hang out with Darien Lake this summer. I need to dip into the cool, refreshing waters of Darien Lake.
And there's nothing more campy than that. Also, she knew that we had this podcast. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like a famous drag queen from season 6, probably the best season of all time, knows about camp counselors.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy. And even Barstool Pat was already following the account.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, is he listening right now?
Barstool Pat. Listen, we want to be on that podcast so bad. I want to be, it's with Pat and Joey Camasta. You guys know Joey Camasta? He's like Snooki's best friend. They have a podcast. And then Joey and Pat have a podcast together. We're trying to get on their podcast. Obviously, last thing they were like, oh yeah, totally. But it's like, okay. Like,
yeah, keep your ears peeled. Girls, if you're still listening, we're about 55 minutes in. So like you're the real one. So we're telling it to you here first.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh my God, maybe go on their Instagram and comment on their Instagram and be like, you guys should really have camp counselors on there. Networking. Anyways, that was my crush of the week. You go.
My camp crush of the week is actually a Twitter/Instagram account, and it is not for the faint of heart. I was like debating with myself. I was like, should I do it? Because they have a lot of wildly inappropriate things on there. Like even me, I'm like clutching my pearls at some of the things that are on this account. But I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? The account is called Shirts That Go Hard, and it's people who send in it's almost like, do you remember people of Walmart?
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like that, but people who have shirts that just say like the craziest shit on them, and then they'll repost them. And sometimes this account will, I don't really know. They have like some screen printing company that they work with, and they'll reprint that shirt. I don't know if there's copyright issues with that, but they'll like remake the shirt completely and then sell it. I love it. I think it's hilarious. So I have a couple examples of fucking crazy, stupid shirts that I would like to have in my closet. The first one says, "This is a strawberry," and it is a strawberry holding a gun. The next one is, "I don't need sex. Crypto fucks me every day." Literally, guys. Crypto, are we still believing it? What's going on?
I know. People are like, we're playing the long game. I'm like, your Bitcoin was worth $8 right now.
I know. I'll ask my straight friends when I go out with them next week. The next one. And you guys, if you're listening to this audio only, I'm going to post a picture of this. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm putting the pictures up as I'm talking. But it says, "You're an all-star," and it is a Lisa Frank styled art of Shrek. And it says, "You're an all-star," and it's honestly, I need it.
Oh my God, I would love that shirt.
And the last one says, "I don't know what is wrong with me, but I can name several prescription medications that haven't helped." So that one. Oh, and then of course the last one says Smokey-Mon, and it's Pikachu smoking a bong. I had to throw that one in there. I think it's fun. I haven't purchased a shirt from there. I would love to, because some of them are really out of pocket. If I could make a custom one, it would say, "Good girls go to heaven, bad girls go to Cancun."
Yes, I love that. That joke works for anywhere you go, guys. Where every time you're on a girls trip or a vacation.
Oh my God, I should make them for next week.
You should, because like good girls go to heaven, bad girls go to
Ocean City, Maryland.
And then there's like some flaming dice and like some hot lips. And that like what was that like icon of those two girls and they're arching their back like back to back, and it's always on a truck?
You know the brand? Mud Flap Girls.
I don't know who.
Yeah, they were. I don't know what brands
I don't want
they were,
anyone
but they
to
were
ever describe me as the Mud Flap Girls.
Oh, ew, that sounds sick.
Terrible.
No, because they were on mud flaps of trucks.
Yeah, but there's a brand.
They are more than their flaps.
Those girls are more than their muddy flaps. Okay, but no, I love those girls. I'm really into like.
Flappy girls.
Iconic imagery that doesn't necessarily like relate to me in like a campy gay way. Like I love wearing like NASCAR stuff because like I don't think NASCAR is inherently like prideful. Actually, you'll see something later. Wink, wink for that upcoming. Ooh. But like I think like, it's funny to wear it like ironically.
Yeah, and they have like the rainbow in there, but I couldn't name a player.
Yeah, who are the players? Frankie Muniz.
He's a NASCAR girl?
Yes, he does NASCAR now.
Oh, I thought he just did Drag Race. Not like RuPaul. Thing? Is it?
Well, I'm talking in the car category. Listen, I can't keep up, okay? I only know what I can know, and what I know is not very much. Anyways, those shirts seem fun. I would love to scroll that account with you later tonight in bed. What song's been stuck in your head all week? Welcome to Camp Songs.
It's time for camp songs. Actually, it kind of is better if you intro it because you sing. You want to sing us a little bar or two?
It's time for the songs that we love to sing for you.
I can't believe this is our job.
We don't make any money doing this,
I
babe,
know.
but we have fun with it.
Oh, Starry, sponsor us. I love the crisp, refreshing taste of Starry Zero Calorie.
Lemon lime like you've never had before. Quenches your taste buds like nothing ever has. Starry, we love you. Anyways, song of the week. These are songs that we've been loving that we want you to love as well. It's added on a free playlist on Spotify and YouTube, linked in the episode description.
All right. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. My song this week is called Girls by Lizzo.
Girls.
I heard it on a Peloton ride, and I've heard it before, but I think I was like in the right mindset because my endorphins were high and I was dripping sweat. And I was like, wait, this is an ass shaking, booty clapping girl anthem that I'm obsessed with. And it's just about 2 minutes.
A perfect bite size.
It's not like a perfect, because it's like, it's really high energy and it like knows when to stop. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like when it ends, you're like, oh, wait. I was just really slapping these asses together.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's a song about like acting up and ready to swing when you're like get a little like you're frisky and you're like, where are my girls at? Because I'm about to take these earrings off and I'm gonna fuck a bitch up. And you know me, you guys.
Oh, it's a fighting song?
It kind of is. It's like, it's definitely about like camaraderie, about like having a really strong group of friends, but like knowing that they're gonna have your back if things take like a hard left on like if a man's disrespecting you or whatever. Because the chorus is like, it's like, where my girls at? Ooh, ooh, where my girls? And then the pre-chorus is the really fun part of the song where she's like, cause that's my girl, we codependent, and if she with it, then I'm with it. Yeah, we tussle, mind your business. It's like really fun.
Do you know the original?
The original is actually
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, a 1984 song called Girls by Beastie Boys.
That was the very first song I ever illegally downloaded on LimeWire.
No way.
Swear to God.
And look where we are today.
Incredible.
Well, listen, this song actually was not initially taken well. This was the song. Do you remember? So this song came out like last summer. This was the song that had to be edited because she said the word spaz in it.
Oh.
So spaz
in this song?
Yes.
It's that old?
Yeah, and it's from last summer.
Oh, I thought it just came out.
No, this is from her last album.
Oh,
I think it was
shit.
supposed to get kind of a push to be a single, but then when that happened, it kind of.
Okay.
And it was only the word spaz wasn't for 3 days, and then the entire song was reworked. This is one they reworked one part of it,
which is crazy how you can just do that, correct your issue, and then we can all move on from it when you learn from your mistakes. It's crazy how that happens when people are adults and can learn from their mistakes and make an apology and move on.
Totally agree. So spaz I think spaz in the US has this connotation of just being unhinged and crazy and whatever. And that was that was definitely her idea behind it. But spaz in the UK is definitely used as an ableist kind of slur because that's what people have been called spaz there to describe people with cerebral palsy.
Oh.
And I think definitely even in the United States too, people that are that may have cerebral palsy can definitely be oh no, that is really offensive. It wasn't, I don't think her intentions were to ever offend anybody. And that's why she did correct the issue so fast. But I think that had a big issue to see why the song didn't get more airplay because it had that kind of fumble in the beginning.
Interesting.
All the songs now, when you listen on Spotify or whatever, they are the corrected version, but it is a really fun bop. And there's a really crazy line that I want to read for you guys in verse 2. She says, "I'ma go Lorena Bobbitt on him so he never fuck again. Now you can't fuck again, bro." And I was like, what does that mean? Who is Lorena Bobbitt? Because I didn't catch the reference, but apparently she was very famous in 1993 for cutting her husband's Pishka deal off, but they were able to put it back on.
Well, he was an awful person.
He was an
awful
person, so. And she went to court for it, but all charges were dropped because she pleaded insanity. And he was a terrible person, but I thought that was a crazy lyric to put into a song.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I'm gonna go Lorena Bobbitt on your ass.
That's wild.
Yeah, so this song has a lot going on in it, but it is really fun. It doesn't sound that fun, does it, actually? After we go on to all the scandals around it. But no, it's really fun.
You're I promise, it's super fun.
No, when she goes, Cause that's my girl. We go to bed, and if you with it, then I'm with it. My business. Yeah, no, it's fun, especially fun on the Peloton.
Yeah.
It's got a really good beat, and it's only 2 minutes, so give it a listen. Anyways, I'm done talking about that. What is your song of the week?
So my song of the week is called Sayonara, and it's by the artist Aries. I had forgotten about this song. It was really big in my life right before COVID. He still is, I believe, a YouTuber who made this beat on a song out of like a really shitty recording of a broken organ. And then he shows in a 4-minute YouTube video how he turns it into a hit. And that song, it's a fucking bop. And I feel like I really can't even explain it. But he raps on it and he sings on it. And I think he's adorable and he's really talented. And I think he needs to have more ears on his shit. He has blown up a bit since then, especially during COVID. He had like 2 more albums come out and I was supposed to go see him with Mark last year, actually. I don't really remember why we didn't go, but yeah, it is a absolutely great song. Again, you got to go listen to it. I'm not going to do it any justice by trying to sing it, but I think it's so cool that he could hear this little clip of a busted ass old dusty organ from YouTube, like an MP3, and turn it into the beat of this song.
Is he friends with Charlie Puth?
I don't think he is.
Charlie Puth loves to listen to like a pen drop and he's like, I know a song to sing about that.
It's very much like that. Like he did it and he sings on it and he can sing. I don't know. I just think he's so talented. He's like a one-man show. He does his own thing and it's so well produced and his music videos are great.
Is it on Spotify too or is it just on YouTube?
No, yeah, it's on Spotify.
Okay, Aries, come through.
Yeah, his SEO isn't that great. So you have to look up Aries artist. I don't know what his real first name is. That's his art name. His art name? Why did I?
Well, luckily for
stage name.
Our campers, they don't have to worry about that because we already put it in the playlist for you, so you don't even have to search, you guys.
You're
okay?
freaking welcome.
It's linked in the episode description. Get your groove on, girls.
We should say that at the end of the segment every time. Get your groove on, girls.
Get your groove on, girls.
Scary stories around the campfire.
Welcome back to Scary Stories Around the Campfire,
Ooh.
a part of the show where you can write in little small stories that we can read to spook the campers. What does that sound, that accent? What is it giving?
Scotland.
Thank you so much for saying that because I didn't want to toot my own Celtic horn, but I thought I was giving the Scotland Yard. Anyways, Jonathan, this was a submitted story, correct?
It was.
Did it spook your tits off? Or are they still in place?
Well, I guess we'll have to read through it and I'll take my top off and we'll find out.
Shake those yabos.
All right. So this writer writes, let's set the scene. Circa 2006. And I'm roughly 12 years old at my dad's home in rural Arkansas. Very rural, as in a town of less than 300 people. Cows outnumber us vastly. Why is Arkansas spelled the way that it is?
Arkansas. Also, I cannot imagine being from a place that there's only 300 people.
Everybody knows everybody.
That's like generational. There was like 300 people in my graduating class.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Generational. That is a really small town. So this is rural.
You probably got tax cuts from all that methane coming from the cows. Did you know that's a thing?
Yeah, of course. Every little kid in America knows that cow farts are methane.
No, you get like a tax, either a tax break or you have to pay extra taxes if you have X amount of cows in the area that you live in.
They should be paying more because that's ruining the ozone layer.
I think the ozone is healing though.
Well, listen, they captured Shamu and they put him in a chlorine tank.
What?
If someone got that joke, okay, that is from School of Rock when Jack Black was like, and they captured Shamu and they put him in a chlorine tank because they ruined the ozone layer. Anyways, my School of Rock girls, they know that was a good joke.
Okay, let's go back to Cowtown.
Not Powtown.
Everyone in the vicinity of my dad's home is a close relative, and on more than one occasion, there have been thefts from my dad and our relatives. Tools, gas cans, etc. On the night in question, my uncle next door had recently had some things stolen from his shed, so the whole neighborhood was on high alert for nefarious activity. I was awakened in the middle of the night to a loud boom down the hall. My dad is the world's heaviest sleeper, and it also woke him up. He scrambled out of bed, grabbed his pistol, and shut the door to the bedroom that my sister and I share. He told us not to come out. Okay, Artie, horrifying when dad starts acting like that and you're 12 years old, he slams the door and grabs his pistol.
Yeah.
Scary.
It's nefarious activity if I've ever heard of it. Nefarious.
So then another extremely loud boom. My dad, pistol in hand, prowls the house to search for an intruder. He's yelling, demanding that they reveal themselves. He finds nothing and does a quick sweep outside, but finds nothing. I'm panicking because someone is in our home, and if anything happens to my dad, it will just be me and my sister alone. Absolutely horrifying. Eventually, he comes in and continues to search the house. Then I hear him laughing, and he comes to our bedroom and tells us, follow him to the kitchen. The freezer is open and there's brown slush everywhere. Apparently, he put 2 cans of Pepsi in the freezer earlier that afternoon to cool them down quickly, but forgot about them. After being in the freezer for hours, they exploded, leading us to think we were under attack. Campers, under no circumstances should you put your beverages in the freezer to chill. Signed, Sarah in cabin 7, not drinking Pepsi.
Listen, campers, do not put your soda in the freezer mess hall, okay? That'll be a mess. I love that it was Pepsi because it is a Starry episode.
Oh, yeah. A Pepsi Cola, zero sugar. Try your Starry.
SEO, Pepsi Cola. Listen, drink Pepsi Cola.
So have you ever put a soda in the freezer?
I've never done that, but I know people that have had similar occurrences.
I put a Four Loko in my friend's parents' cabin in the woods and didn't realize until we got home. I was like, oh my God, girl, remember the alcohol we snuck into your parents' cabin that we weren't allowed to have because we were underage? I put it in the freezer and I forgot and we left.
Yeah,
so
but alcohol doesn't freeze, so it wouldn't pop.
Oh, well then I guess that's why we were in the clear.
Yeah,
oh my God, you're so right.
One time I was on a vacation in Florida with my friends and we were staying at my friend's dad's house and his stepmom loved espresso martinis, but she didn't like Baileys in them. So she would keep the Baileys on hand for people in the house and she put the Baileys in the freezer. So when we poured the Baileys, it like kind of half frozen. So have you ever seen half congealed, half frozen Baileys come out of a spigot?
It's sounding curdled.
Horrifying looking. It's technically not curdled. It's giving curdled vibes.
Right.
Also, there was one really funny part of that story, 2 parts. The word nefarious is just so good. I'm going to be saying it for the rest of my life now. I'm obsessed.
Love that.
Also, when he said reveal themselves, I was thinking of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars when there's the lip sync assassin. And when the curtain comes up, he goes, reveal yourself. And that's how I'm going to come down the stairs if there's ever an intruder in our cabin. Reveal. Yeah, might as well have fun with it. I'm gonna die. I love it. Don't put your soda in the freezer, campers.
I have one really quick story.
Tell
I
it,
was
baby.
in middle school and I was making hot dogs on a pan. It was probably elementary school,
Yes.
5th grade. 5th grade, it had to have been at the earliest because I was vegetarian by 6th grade. So I'm making it in a little pan and I'm pretty sure I was home alone. And all of a sudden, I heard like a whistling and it sounded like it was coming from outside the window and the loudest bang I've ever heard. And then I heard like metal ricocheting around my kitchen. I was like, I hit the deck bawling, sobbing. The hot dog's basically on fire on the stovetop.
Oh my God.
Turns out it was just the little bolt that was in the pan got too hot and the pan was old and there was water or oil that was under it and it shot off. And it sounded literally as loud as a bullet.
Thank God you were okay and it like hit your eyeball or something.
Yeah, it slingshotted bop, bop, bops all over ceiling, floor, tiles, all that shit.
And
it
that's
scared me.
That's why you don't do pampered chef parties, you guys. You can't trust the stuff you buy from them.
Pampered chef, where is she?
She's pampered somewhere. I don't know, maybe in Cabo.
Oh, God. Well, thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. If you made it this far, God, we freaking love you.
Listen, it's been a great episode, and I saw a lot of campers do a lot of reviews last week, and they were just like the sweetest reviews ever. Anyone who's ever written a review from us, it's so sweet. We also have the Patreon that we do exclusive content that's linked in the episode description if you can't get enough of these 2 gays. And we're here next week and the one after that, and we're not going anywhere. And if you're a part of this community, we fucking love you. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you next week. And with that being said,
Lights out, campers.